We got a new car wash and they're doing free washes right now. So what better way to start this trip? On my way to work. I reset the trip when I got gas, so we're 8.5 miles in. Let's see how high we can make that number go in 3 days, shall we? It's Friday, by the way. Alright, it's 5:15. Getting a bit of a late start, but the goal for tonight is to get near to Nebraska. Let's see if we can actually pull it. The truck's ruining my video. Welcome to Wyoming, everybody. There's the sign. You kind of saw it. Yeah, we're 100 miles in. Fun stuff is stopped at the come and go to get some gas. End of an era. They're all turning into Mavericks soon. Didn't really have to get gas, just had to pee. But hopefully I'll be getting some food here shortly. Maybe. We'll see. About 100 miles down the road, made another stop because couldn't find anything decent to eat. Still can't find anything decent to eat. I got a corn dog and a Mountain Dew. Oy. Found a somewhat reasonable place to stop for the night. Middle of Wyoming. I got a bunch of curtains and stuff for the car, so it should not be too big of a deal to sleep. I also, a little tour while we're here. We have a memory foam mattress back here, got some pillows, a sleeping bag. We're set up for this, let me tell you. Well, good morning everybody. It's Saturday and we're just now getting into Nebraska. Yeah! 508 miles down so far, according to the trip. First fuel stop of the day in Nebraska. Good times. So I just made it to the Homestead National Historical Park. I don't know, I think this is either my third or fourth time trying to get out here. Every time it's either time constraints or the Mini broke or the Fiat broke, and that's what stopped us. So finally did it. I'll let you know all about it. This was the Freeman School. It served as like a community center and a school for 95 years. And it opened in 1872 and closed in 1967. Made it over to the visitor center. Not sure if there's a whole lot to do. I know that there's actual like preserved prairie as part of this park, which is fun. The last homestead was in 1974. Basically what homesteading was is they would give you 160 acres if you came and farmed it and cultivated it and lived on it for at least 5 years, and it started in 1862. That's how most of the western United States was divvied up. So this is the 160 acres of restored prairie that they've been working on. Whenever this was first homesteaded, it was a little island of farmland and a bunch of prairie, and now it's a little island of prairie and a bunch of farmland. Fun stuff. This little informative sign is talking about how the railroads are important, and it mentions Nicodermus. I remember when I went there, June of 2021. Insert clip here, Robert. You're welcome for having to find that. Normally you take pictures to remember stuff. I can't take a picture of how gosh darn hot it is here, though. I'm making this little clip to remind myself that it's 100 degrees in Kansas. Fun stuff. Also, I should point out, because I don't think I mentioned this, that this prairie was actually homesteaded by the first person to take advantage of the Homestead Act on midnight the day that it started, which was Daniel Friedman. That's who the school is named after. And yeah, this is his grave, and this was his farm. And the National Park Service took it and pulled an Uno reverse card on him. Quick stop to get some gas, and then we're on to Amelia Earhart's birthplace. See that pavement change there? You know what that means?
Welcome to Kansas.
Well, Google Maps said it better than I ever could. Welcome to Kansas. I just made it to Amelia Earhart's house, so that's some exciting stuff. It's, you know, a house in Kansas, as expected. There it is. Ta-da. Fun and adventure will ensue. Anyway, that was the Amelia Earhart Museum. There's a river. There's a bridge. Pretty sure that's Missouri over there. I believe what happens next is the ridiculous long drive to Louisville from here, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to check really quick and we'll hit the road. I was right. Welcome to Missouri. Woo! 1,068 miles down. We did it, Illinois. 1,282 miles later. Hello and welcome to New Philadelphia National Historic Site. One of the newer national parks. They don't even have proper national park signage anywhere yet. But, to my understanding, it was the very first town in the United States founded by an African American, Mr. Free Frank, and his wife, Free Lucy, which is pretty cool. At its peak, the town had around 70 people living in it. The bugs are going absolutely crazy out here right now. It's ridiculous. I decided to do the rest of the tour via car. There wasn't much else, just those remains of those few buildings, and then they have the little street signs where the streets used to be. You can't really see anything. This video is almost useless. There you go. That's a little bit better. Now, for real, we are headed to Louisville. And we will get there very late. I actually managed to get my first real food of the trip. Got some Qdoba. I mean, it's hardly real food, but better than something from a gas station. Just got to the Quick Trip. I think this is the lowest I've ever seen this car in gas. I pulled up to the pump that's out of service, so I got moved. Very exciting stuff here. I'm tired. I'm ready to be there. We're in Mount Vernon, Illinois, so we still got a while to go, but I'm gonna pee, get gas, and then I should be good to go until we're there. So that's cool. This one's only half out of service, so it'll do. Well, I missed the sign, but we're in Indiana now. Yay! So I made it here at like 1:30 a.m. last night. When I woke up at like 10 and packed up the car with all of the stuff that we left here. And now I'm gonna go load up the Fiat onto the back of the trailer, and we're gonna, you know, take a shower, get ready to go. All right, we got them all loaded up. The smallest car on the biggest trailer. Look at how narrow. It's so funny. But I got some extra straps on there, everything to try to hold them down just in case, because we got a long way to go and should be good. Gonna go say hi to my grandma and then hit. We're getting a bit of a late start. It's 2 p.m. local time, or noon in Utah, and hitting the road. Unfortunately, I just checked the trailer tires, and the speed rating for 3 of the tires is 87, but the speed rating for 1 tire is 81. So it looks like we're not going to exceed 80 miles per hour on our entire drive back, but that's okay. Just a little bit of extra time, I guess. Once again, we are back in Illinois. It's going well. Got the little guy back there. He's just hanging out, having a great time. Yeah, kind of hungry, so probably stop at that same gas station I stopped at last night and grab some food here in a little bit. People who watched the last part of the Fiat saga will remember this place. 1,500 miles away from our house, and our trip is over! Look at that! The straps were a little bit loose at the last stop, so I tightened them down, drove a couple miles, and then decided to make sure that they were still good. And they were, so all good. We are nearly in Missouri. I mean, not quite, but like, you know, good enough. There's the Mississippi River. Very exciting stuff, let me tell you. Well, my phone just stopped recording the second that I started recording for some reason, but we missed the welcome to Kansas sign, but we're in Kansas now. Huzzah! Good morning. I found a decent campsite to stay at last night, so it's 6:45 and I hit the road again. We have made it to Colorado. Yeehaw! So I have just made it to the Amachi National Historic Site, and it used to look like this. It was one of the Japanese internment camps during World War II. There's a couple buildings like these two and this vault that still exist, but most of it is gone now and just foundations. 10,000 people lived here from 42 to 45, and I'll let you know more whenever I find out more. I hope it's not too hard to hear me, but this is one of the original recreation halls. It's actually the original one. They moved it into the town as a maintenance building, or at least 40 feet out of the 100 feet of it. And in the 70s, they moved it back here and restored it and rebuilt the missing portion of it. There's the guard towers, the water tower, and the barracks. During World War II, Amachi was actually the 10th largest city in the state of Colorado, and that's why they needed their own water tower. This is the cemetery. 107 people died while they were here, and then another 31 who joined the army died during combat in the 442nd Division, which is what this little stone monument here is for. We're in the mountains now, 9,700 feet above sea level. It's probably going to be really hard to see, but we're leaving colorful Colorado, which could only mean that the sun is right in our face, but also that we're in Utah! Yay! Just a couple more hours to go. Just made it back home. 48 hours in 3 days. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, all the cars are tucked away. This guy's hood needs some adjustment though, which is unfortunate. And also, you know, he needs his gauge cluster back. Everything needs a bunch of work, but, and for no reason at all, we have the Jetta on the trailer. It's because my mom needs the car because that guy decided to brake too while I was gone. So, but I need to drop the trailer off in the morning and then go to work. So she's gonna come with me and I'm gonna take the car off.